Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. Let me tell you, one big business out there is ADHD business, which is why we have partnered with our friends over at CAOOY.org, which stands for the Coalition Against Over-Medicating Our Youth. Pharmacist Frank Granett, he's a regular on the program, and love his perspective and love the work we've been doing now. Extensive work, both at priceofbusiness.com, usdailyreview.com, and also on our radio segments. It's been awesome, and we continue that. Frank, tell the listener more about our partnership and CAOOY.
Yeah, it's great to be on again, Kevin. And since you and I have joined forces in Alliance, we've helped educate a lot of listeners out there and readers. And basically, we're going after the assessment process. It is dysfunctional. It has been for many decades. But our coalition, we're a nonprofit, 501c3 education public charity, and we go after the assessment process. We're asking physicians and clinicians out there to look at the nutritional, physiological, as well as the environmental risk factors that actually are causing these ADHD-like symptoms, not only in children, but also the adult ADHD condition. And, Kevin, today, since, we've been doing this a year now, and expert guests all the time. We don't mess around. We want the people that have the knowledge and have been getting good results, great results, and today is no exception. We have Dr. Luc Maes. He is the director of the Maes Center for Natural Health Care, which is an integrative healthcare center in Santa Barbara, California. He has extensive knowledge on the plant-based superfoods, and we're going to talk about that today. Superfoods, can they help eliminate or drastically reduce ADHD-like symptoms? And Dr. Luc Maes, thanks for being on today.
Yeah, we're delighted to have you on the program. Kind of give us your elevator speech, if you will, Dr. Maes.
My elevator speech. Well, my elevator speech for ADD is that the brain is on fire and it needs the proper fuel to do a better job, and all too often we don't eat that on a regular basis. So superfoods are receiving a lot of attention because they are a concentrated source of very important nutrients that we're often lacking in our daily diet.
Okay, very good. Frank?
And you feel, Dr. Maes, that more these superfoods, and I'd like you to describe to our listeners the one that you're passionate about, but is it more just the antioxidant capabilities of these plant-based foods, or is there something more to it as well?
Well, there's many superfoods out there indicating that, yes, they are all very high in antioxidants, but what's unique about baobab fruit powder, and it's new to the market, and it took me to Africa because I got so fascinated by its unique nutritional benefits. One, it's been shown to support the growth of healthy organisms in the gut. So baobab fruit powder, in addition to being high in antioxidants, promotes the growth of healthy organisms in the gut. And increasingly, research is showing that the health of our digestive system is related to the proper functioning of our brain. In addition, baobab fruit powder also has been shown to have low glycemic benefits, so it balances blood sugar. Those are two very important elements that need to be addressed as part of a dietary program in helping people with ADD.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and, it's interesting about this. We hear these type of things occasionally, but it doesn't seem like there's been a dramatic shift in the larger culture. But it's so obvious that certain things like sugar and sugar-related products are literally driving ADHD. And there doesn't seem to me to be much emphasis on, not on the healthy things you're talking about, but moving away from those that are so obviously not healthy.
Correct. I mean, we need to, and this is what I do in my daily practice before introducing any type of superfood or supplements. The diet, the lifestyle is something that we really need to work on. And it takes work to move away from things that are almost ingrained.
Yep, no question about it, Frank.
Dr. Maes, as myself, as a director of clinical pharmacy operations at an adult psychiatric hospital, you're very correct, because the people, and we can extrapolate this across the country, adults that come into our facilities, and we're talking people with pretty severe type of mental illness, and when they come in, the hallmark of what's going on out there is, like you just say, the gut digestive system is a total wreck. And we're looking at about 8 or 9 out of every 10 patients that come in have this dysfunctionality. So like Kevin, what he was saying is, and our listeners need to understand, when are we all going to wake up and understand the foods are actually the cause of what's happening to our kids and adults with these ADHD-like symptoms? And if you could just let our listeners know a little bit more about like how to go about getting this fruit. Is it called the baobab fruit from Ghana? Is that what it's called?
Yes, correct. The baobab tree is one of the oldest trees in the world. Some of them are 500,000, if not older. They grow throughout the savanna. It is available on our website. It's also available throughout health food stores in California, including Whole Foods. Generally, we found that 1 tablespoon a day really is of great benefit. And what I love doing is I recommend people that they include a high-protein plant-based smoothie that includes baobab. So you get your proteins, you get your essential fatty acids, such as fish oils, and you include fruits of your choice, such as berries or a banana, and add a tablespoon of baobab on a daily basis.
Yeah, and I tell you, it comes down to changing the way people live. By the way, why don't you give your website real quickly?
Our website is gokaibae.com. GOKAIBAE.
Very good, Frank.
And, Dr. Maes, the work you're doing out there in California, we greatly appreciate that because many practitioners across the country are recognizing now that, we need to move into this more natural direction. It's not an easy thing because if you go into the average, and Kevin, you had a lot of kids that you and your wife had, myself, I have 6 kids, and, the pantries out there across America, when you're having a family or a big family or, with kids and the box cereals and all this GMO foods that are out there, that's what's really going after. And if we can come together and get these expert-type clinical practitioners such as yourself, getting people and educating, it's a great thing, and we're moving in the right direction.
Yes, an evil combination between the fact that all the, so much of the worst food for you often tastes the best, at least that's how we're trained to think, and it's the cheapest, and so you add those combinations, it's really hard to affordably feed your family in a way that's healthy.
It's almost worth it to spend the extra money, and, we appreciate the work you do, Dr. Maes.
No question about it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. And by the way, you can find it there at Go, and I'm going to spell out the rest of the name, KAIBAE.com. And of course, you can reach Frank at CAOOY.org, and that's the Coalition Against Overmedicating Our Youth. My gut tells me that you'll be writing an article about this for us over at USDailyReview.com as well.
And this will be coming on. This particular audio version will be also with the U.S. Daily Review article with Dr. Maes, and that will be coming up by this weekend. So look for that on USDailyReview.com.
Awesome. All right, gentlemen, thanks so much. It's a great segment. When we come back, we're going to have much more for you. I do want to remind you, best content here, it shows up over there at USDailyReview.com, and this is The Price of Business.